Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Welcome to another Monday video with me. And the theme for the creative challenge for Lavinia stamps this month is Magic Meadow. So I thought this card lent itself very well to that theme. I'm using a combination of greens in here and I've got a number of different stamps. I've got Tree Root, Forest Spruce, I've got 3 of the fairies from the Fairy Foragers set. I'm using 1 of the 3 dandelions and then some other little foliage stamps. Stars, you'll note these are my favourite stars. The size card that I'm going to be using is 18.5 centimetres across, 10 centimetres down, so it's a little smaller than a DL size. We'll get started. The colours that I'm going to be using here, I've got Versafine Clear, Charming Pink and Cheerful, Verdant, Green Oasis for the greens, and Nocturne. I'm going to start by stamping my Tree Root up in Nocturne. And I'm going to pop this on the side, not quite at the bottom, and it doesn't quite go to the top, but we're okay with that. Then I'm going to take a piece of copy paper and I'm just going to tear this randomly so that I can use it along the bottom. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my dandelion. Now this dandelion comes in a set of 3 and this one I just think lends itself beautifully to some foliage at the bottom of this Magic Meadow. And I'm just going to ink up the top part of it. And I'm just going to stamp a few of them along the bottom of my meadow. Different heights. So that's what it's going to look like. And then one of my stamps from the Fairy Foragers, I'm going to take the one she's crouching down here. So I'm going to ink her up. And I'm just going to pop her in between this gap that I left between the first and the second. Doesn't really matter. You can stamp her on top of it if you wish. But get beautifully proportioned with the rest of these dandelions. Then I'm going to decorate my top and then we'll fill in the rest of the card. So I'm going to take Forest Spruce for this. And I'm actually going to use Green Oasis first. This is the darker green. And I'm going to stamp it along the top. So you can see I've kind of used about half of the stamp there. Just because of the size of the width of the card. We don't want any more. Much more than that. And I've stamped this one slightly higher so that you're going to get a bit of different movement as you would in the forest. Things grow at different lengths. And just that last little bit on the edge. So there we have it. I'm going to just wipe it off because then we're going to transfer to the lighter green, the Verdant. Just going to put the right lid on the right ink pad. Have you ever done that before? Put the wrong ink lid on the wrong ink pad. And then we're going to pop just a few of these in between. There we go. So it looks like this lovely, that's exactly what you'd look a forest or a deep dark meadow would look like. And where this forest spruce stamp has gone upwards, on the second stamping, so with this verdant, I'm going to make sure that I cover those. There we go. And I've got a bit of a gap in here, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of verdant in there. So there we have our lovely forest spruce hanging down. Then I'm going to take my other Fairy Foragers. I've got 2 others here with my black. And I'm going to stamp her that way. And this one, so they all look as though they're playing in this meadow. She's going to be looking down a little bit, so she's sort of looking at her friend who's crouched on the ground there. Okay. Let me clear this for you so that you're not distracted with what's going on behind. There we have it. And then I'm going to take this beautiful script stamp. This says, "Believe in the magic fairies do, and they will appear to watch over you. They dance in the flowers and sing songs of love, spreading joy and laughter from the stars above. They skip through the forest in bright moonlight, childhood memories of pure delight. So a fairy make a wish, see a fairy make a wish, magical moments, a dream to cherish." Isn't that just gorgeous? Fabulous. So I think that lends itself very well to this Magic Meadow theme. And then, actually, after all of that, no, we are going to do that first. I'm going to stamp this. Oops. Second generation. So it's ever so faint in the background there. Second generation. There we have it. Lovely. And then I'm going to take Mystic Swirl. This is such a delicate stamp. And I'm going to pop, again, second generation, a few of those in the background, just adding to this magical theme that we've got happening here. Oh, phew, that was lucky. It was so faint you can't see it. Thank goodness for that. There we have it. Okay. Then we're going to take our piece of paper that we tore at the beginning, and I'm going to go in with this tiny foliage stamp. This foliage stamp comes from this set, which is Foliage Set, and all of these stamps are part of other sets, but if you don't have those, this is a really good set to have. We can use this for branches, little things sprouting up at the ground, these things hanging down or pointing up. So it's a really versatile little set to have, Foliage Set. And I'm going to be using the little buds from it. And I'm going to be putting them in Charming Pink and Cheerful. Starting with my Charming Pink. And I'm just going to pop a few of these at the bottom, different heights to give us that variety. wipe it off. And then I'm going to go in with my cheerful. And pop a few of those in between the others. And then last but not least, in terms of our stamping, we're going to take the little miniature star set, and I'm going to stamp these both in pink, Charming Pink and Nocturne, just because I thought that added a bit of extra magic to the whole story. And I'm going to stamp these in the pink in around the same area as I've done the black ones, but just offset it ever so slightly. Voila, our stamping is complete. And now we will do the shading and the framing. And now to frame it, I've got mowed lawn and black soot, which I realised that I didn't tell you about at the beginning. But surprises are always good, aren't they? So I'm going to take my smoothie and my mowed lawn, and I am going to be quite generous and bring this whole picture in, and you'll see what a difference it makes, you know, from there, and how we can make this whole picture look quite green when in fact before it was much whiter. And then I'm going to take black soot and blend around the edge as well. But this time I'm not going to go as far in. I'm just going to keep the black soot closer to the edge. So by putting the black all around the edge, we also ground this whole bottom part of our meadow in place. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of white paint. You can use a Posca pen. I've just got this lovely white paint, so I'm going to use it. And I'm going to water it down. That's a bit sticky. I'm going to water it down so that I get these lovely splatters all over my card. And I'm just going to tap it lightly. So I'm holding this brush really softly in my hand so that it almost bounces. There you go. And that's how you get these lovely even splatters. And you can see how the white just adds that little magical, extra magical dimension to the picture. So there we have it. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I'd love to see what you make, so please tag me in your makes. And I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.